Hey guys, Tyler here, coming with another video. Pretty much the last hour of the day. Again, I almost let another day go by. Just day go by. Sounds like day go by. I got distracted easily. I've been getting distracted easy all day long. Yeah, I almost let another day go by without making a video, which I didn't want to let happen, so here I'm in the last hour. So basically what happened was, I woke up after sleeping on the floor because I don't sleep, because of my living situations. There's only one bed. My brother sleeps in it. I don't like to sleep next to him because he's gross, and he's sick too. So I slept on the ground, which I'm fine with. I sleep on the ground a lot. It's actually half comfortable to me. I like sleeping on the ground. I like sleeping in hammocks, beds. I mean, wherever I sleep, I'm fine. Wherever I lay my head is home. But what I don't like is getting woken up by loud noises. I never like that. I don't think anyone really does. I woke up like that this morning. My brother slamming on his keyboard, playing some game. Whenever he gets a kill, or like whenever he shoots, it rings a bell or something. So I'm waking up to him slamming on his keyboard, the bell ringing. He's sick, so him breathing like all day long. But I woke up to that, put me on the wrong side of the bed, kind of left me in an agitated mood for a little bit. And he was supposed to go to his mom's, but he ended up not going to his mom's until like 9:30 at night. So I've dealt with him all day long. And he's sick, so he has a harder time breathing. So he's just like all day long. Which, I mean, I don't want to be mad at him, and I've already talked enough shit about him right now. But when I'm trying to study some of the concepts I'm doing, because I had to study for all my tests that are tomorrow. So I'm studying government, politics, whatever, government. I'm studying math, which is calculus. I'm studying some more of the harder topics in my computer classes now that I'm getting into later chapters, and all this abstract knowledge I need to study, honestly, like a study room with a fireplace, a nice chair. I'm just sitting back, drinking some coffee, reading my books, but I don't have that right now. I just have my room with my brother, and it made it hard to focus. So for a large part of the day, I was slowed down. I was stopped, but when he finally left, I've been working on it for the past about hour. So even though I wasn't working on it all day long, I wasn't striving towards my goals. That's partly my own fault, because maybe if I focused more, I would have been able to sit down and do it. It's partly just the environment, because I'm not in the right place to do it, which the only way to get out of this environment is to focus. So it's kind of a a catch-22, or whatever you want to call it. But the fact that I was stopped all day long, but now I've started at the end of it, without going to bed, I'm making sure I get all my stuff done without going to bed, it makes me go from stopped to slow down. Which slow down isn't as good as full speed ahead, but it's a lot better than stopped, that's for sure. As long as you roll the ball a little bit each day, that's good. You're making progress. Of course, you want to roll the ball miles, not feet, but, small efforts add up, and as long as not every single day is a bad day, then you'll be okay. Another part that slowed me down is I was being productive during the beginning of the day. Of course, I was studying for my tests that I have tomorrow, but it kind of sucks because when I'm studying for like my political test or psychology test, those aren't really the things I want to do. They're not where I have my heart. They're not my passion, and when I'm studying those, it feels even more like, when am I gonna... I can almost see myself never using this stuff, except in some weird fringe case where like it might come up and it might be somewhat useful, but probably it would have been more useful just to use Google at the time. One of the struggles in college, you have to deal with generals, and you're not really doing exactly what you want. And it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, damn, I need to think about this a little bit. But you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm not gonna cower out of it and not do it at all. I'm still trying to put my best effort into those other classes that are mandatory. And with calculus, man, calculus is just tough sometimes. Not everything makes sense at your first degree, and remembering, especially with some of the formal proofs, like, sure, I know what a limit is. You approach it infinitesimally, but you don't reach it. But to say, oh yeah, the description of the proof of a limit is to find epsilon, which is greater than the function minus its limit, the absolute value of that, which is greater than 0. And that stuff's, it's more arcane. At least it actually makes sense, though. It's much better than with government, where you have to remember that the first constitutional kind of paper thing was signed in Massachusetts. It's the Connecticut papers, or whatever you want to call it. But, like, when I sit down in the test, which is going to be multiple choice, I'm going to be like, okay, there's no thinking. There's remembering, but there's no thinking. There's no critical thinking. Oops, got low battery. So that's why I don't like political and psychology as much, because it's more remembering. Sure, you use a little bit of critical thinking, but when you remember where was the first thing signed, your critical thinking is, oh, well, it's not in California because California wasn't established at the time. But the remembering part comes into which one of the 13 first states actually signed it. So just kind of sucks. But hey, I strive for the day. So that's the theme of the day, because this is running on. Even if you fuck up all day long and you don't make any progress, you still have the chance. You still have that decision every second. You can still say, you know what? No. I've failed and fell on my face for 20 times today, for all day long. I'm going to get back up and I'm going to do something before I go to bed. I'm going to succeed at something. It's kind of like the Chinese proverb, fall down 7 times, get up 8. But a lot of the times in life, you're going to fall down several hundred times. You have to get up several hundred times and one more. Keep at it, guys. Always.